delay. And with us today, we have none other than Richard Kiefer, all the way from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Woo! It's great to have you with us tonight. MashaAllah.
Good to be here. MashaAllah, good to be here.
How's everything in Michigan?
Some up, some down. Some people still haven't got the whole of the idea of the message that we have to mask.
All right. Well, let's see if we got that message. And help us know more about that, let's bring in Dr. Sultan. Dr. Sultan, MashaAllah. How is everything?
From St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri, yeah. MashaAllah, the very center of the United Snakes of America. States,
Mighty Mississippi.
MashaAllah. How's everything going there?
MashaAllah, I'm doing good. And you can see that I'm wearing the mask today.
Yes, and that's highly appreciated. Highly appreciated.
That's to make a statement that even physicians are not immune to coronavirus. As a matter of fact, they are more susceptible to coronavirus because they seek with, they work with sick people all the time. So they have to be extra cautious.
Well, that makes a lot of sense to me. MashaAllah. So tell us the latest. What's the stats and all of that?
Well, the stats are worse than before. There are a few important things. The first thing was that halfway through the year, the pandemic is only intensifying in many states. We thought that it'll be getting less, but it is actually worsening. And another challenge is the government is trying to open up the schools, but many school districts are bucking the federal pressure to say that they won't reopen classroom in the fall. So that's another big issue, you see. And the infections are reaching the record numbers in Southwest and Midwest. So how many sites we have left that is not increasing, you see. More than 20 states are reporting 7-day averages in coronavirus-related deaths higher than at the end of June. So we are still going up. This underscoring the turnaround since May and June, because the deaths have started declining. So we thought, we are safe. We got, but no, they have started going up. You see, and the pandemic in the United States has killed at least 123,000 people and infected more than 2.4 million people. Now, the thing is that how quickly we can test these people when there's a human limit to do how much to do. But there's a very interesting concept to do mass testing. That's called pool testing. You see, typically...
Hey, I like it. Pool testing. That sounds great. I got my swimsuit. I'll get, how does that work?
But don't jump in the pool yet, okay?
Oh, okay.
Until you know what the word pool means.
Pool.
It doesn't mean the same thing to
not swimming pool.
to everybody, you see. But in summer, looks like that when you think about pool, you just think about only one thing. But this is the second kind of pool. And that is that you take sample of many people, put them together, and test as a whole sample. If the sample is negative...
Whoa, wait a minute, hold it. You said put a bunch of people together.
No,
I like the swimming pool thing, but I don't like the idea of a bunch of people close together.
You are right. I am with you. There's samples together. Draw their blood and put the samples together. That is fine.
Samples.
Blood sample, nasal sample, whatever samples, You take the samples.
Okay, wait. Now, samples mean not using me for a guinea pig, though, right?
No.
Because pigs are haram.
That's right. But you know, once I had guinea pigs at home, they create a lot of mess. You know,
Oh, yeah?
my kids love them. They're cute animals.
Did you
I
say
love guinea pigs.
mass as in big or mess as in yuck?
Mass and big.
Mass, the guinea pigs create a lot of mass?
Mess, M-E-S-S.
Oh, like as in on your nose.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
it. All right. We got
Exactly.
that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the concept is that you take samples from different people and put them in a batch, mix them together, and do the testing. If the sample is negative, so you can say 100 people at one time you test. If the test is negative, those 100% people are cleared off. That's fine in just one testing instead of doing 100 different tests. So that's called a pool testing. Now, if the test comes out to be positive, then you have to test each person separately to see from where the positive sample is coming. So that way you can do a lot of testing simultaneously.
I get it. All right. So put all of the liquid together, and
the
if
Second
there's
World War, when the incidence of syphilis was high, so that's how they screen masses very quickly. So this is a proven method of testing massive number of people with the shortest number of samples together. So I think that should improve the diagnosis and diagnosing more people, so that we can do social isolation from these people. So that is something I'm looking forward to. Here in St. Louis, yesterday we were talking about vaccinations. Pretty soon, the trials are going to start in Washington University and St. Louis University. They are about to hire, engage people who will be willing to take the vaccination. But there's some challenges. Even when the vaccination is made, what if people refuse to take vaccination? Right now, people are so opposed to and so polarized for this darn mask, wearing masks. And think about vaccination of something that they really do not know if it is safe, it is going to be effective, and what not. So that's another challenge. So I don't know how the government is going to handle that.
All right.
As a matter of fact, there's another interesting phenomenon that's happening. Yesterday you're talking about, Sheikh, that you're having trouble breathing through the mask. Well, I figured out why you had trouble breathing. You were wearing 3 masks, for God forbid, one after the other. That's it. But people are going to the physicians and saying, Doc, I can't breathe with a mask. So give me a certificate that I can't breathe. I cannot wear a mask so that I can go social places and not need to wear the mask. That's going to be another drain on the medical system, and a great number of people start asking for those kind of exemptions.
So
and honestly,
somebody can go to the doctor.
Somebody comes to me and said, I can't breathe. I can't prove that he cannot breathe. I have to take his word for it, you see. And I know that, I don't know, but part of those things, they may be true, but others are just finding an excuse not to wear a mask and have, anyway.
Okay, so
we shall see how
Doctor,
fold as we move forward. But and another very interesting thing on the radio they're talking about. Another big mess that has been created with this coronavirus is a lot of masks in the trash, a lot of on the streets, a lot of gloves on the streets. So that is another challenge. It's a very interesting challenge.
MashaAllah,
Dr. Sultan,
MashaAllah.
what about the Christian camp out in your state? Are you familiar with that in Lampe?
No, I'm not. Tell me about it.
Well, there was a Christian camp.
Wait a minute. We got a caller. Let's find out what's going on here. Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Hold on just a second. I'm just putting you on speaker.
All right. MashaAllah.
My friend Mary.
Much better.
It sounds like we have Sister Kim with us right now.
Sister, I'm sorry, Kim. Yeah.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Okay, now, Richard, you were about to tell us something, and I want to hear that.
Well, it just in light of the possibilities of schools opening, and schools have limited funds, but there's a Christian camp organization called Quranic Camps in Lampe, Missouri, and they decided to open, and they did every precaution possible. That for every camper coming, they had to quarantine themselves 14 days before coming to camp. They installed HVAC systems, the same as the astronauts use at NASA, in all of the cabins and buildings. They put hand sanitizers every 10 feet and did all their classes outdoors. And they said, we're ready for you. We're sure, we're confident we can have camp. And they did. They opened up the camp.
MashaAllah.
Well,
that sounds great.
Well, after the first week, one kid came down with COVID.
Oh, no.
The second week, 41 came down with COVID.
No.
And the third week, 80 came down with COVID, and they had to close.
Oh, my gosh.
With all those precautions, it didn't work. And we're talking about trying to open up schools under the same conditions. And it's like we're going to open up the schools, but they're not going to stay open. We're not prepared.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you, Richard, this is serious, so I need to know, where was this camp? Was it in Michigan?
No, it was in Missouri.
In Missouri? Wait a minute. Okay, let's bring Dr. Sultan in. Dr.
Lampe,
Sultan.
Missouri.
Say it again, Richard.
Look, Lampe. Is that Lamp or Lampe? Or Lampe, Missouri.
Lampe, Missouri.
Yeah, it was called the Quranic Camps with K's. K with Quranic and then K with Camps.
It's not the KKK, is it?
No, it's just the KK.
A KK. That's
okay,
well, yeah, they're kids, so they get the other K when they get older.
Yeah. Outdoors, 14 days isolation, hand sanitizers, top-notch ventilation systems, and it didn't work.
Are you sure about this? Is this maybe some kind of, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you find that people put stuff out there that doesn't really have a source to go by.
No, this is all over the news.
Oh no!
It's everywhere. Kansas City Star.
Richard, well, we got you. Well, we got you. All right. Well, we got you. I would like for you to look up in your Bible. By the way, for those of you that are watching this now for the first time, or seeing this and don't know who Richard is, Richard Kuiper is former Baptist minister for 40 plus years, and he knows the Bible inside out, and he also knows it in the different languages, the Greek and also in some of the Hebrew. So when I ask him to do something with the Bible, he's no stranger to that area. And I'm talking about the book of James, from the beginning of James up until verse 12. It's talking about the taming of the terrible tongue. And I wanted us to, as Muslims, we really need to be aware of the condition of our tongue. This is something for Christians and Muslims, both of us, to be very, very careful of this. Because as Christians, they know that the human being is coming from a lump of clay, just like the Muslims know that, and that the tongue is a very, very dangerous organ in our body that can destroy us very quickly. So I'm getting him to do that. And then on the other hand, we have what we have in the Hadith and the Quran, which is telling us essentially the very same thing, to be super duper careful about all of this. And Dr. Sultan, I'm going to ask you also about this topic of being careful of the tongue. From a medical perspective now, the tongue is very important to us, isn't it? About the taste buds on the tongue and the connection that it has to getting our food in us, and also breathing, if the tongue is so and so. Talk about the tongue a little bit.
Well, from the medical point of view, we all know the tongue is very important. You can't talk without a tongue. Just see those poor
True
people.
story. I really need my tongue.
Exactly. You see, I over the years, I have seen people who had part of their tongue cut off because of cancer. And
whoa, you mean some people have their tongues cut off?
Exactly, for cancer, yeah.
Mm.
Not the whole thing. I mean, depending on, like one of my close relative, he was a physician, and half of his tongue was cut. I know him before he had the cancer and of the tongue, and after that. So it was so difficult for us to understand. His wife understood it, for a period of time, but it was a very difficult conversation, to any long-term conversation to have. Along with that, tongue has taste buds. You can tell a good food from bad food. Tongue helps us. Without tongue, it becomes very difficult for us to swallow foods or chew foods, etc., etc. So tongue has a lot of functions, and at the same time, tongue is very important for our life thereafter. How we use our tongue, and as you said, Prophet Sallallahu hadith, that the tongue is to the fact that tongue is the most dangerous organ. It can get you into a lot of serious trouble, and it can get you also to the paradise, and depending upon how you use it. You can use it as a knife. You can use it as saving your life. And there was a very interesting incident I will talk about the tongue. It really happened to me. It was we were in a meeting that a member of that group was accusing somebody of doing something that he had not done. You see, so anyway, so he was saying, no, I didn't do that. So he was saying, no, you did. No, I was not. I was getting so mad because this is my friend, and he's just getting not mad at the person. He was accusing him for doing the wrong stuff. So at the end, I couldn't stop my anger towards my friend. I said, why the hell you did not defend yourself? He says, I have learned something very important about tongue, and that is, if I don't say anything, I cannot get into trouble. Such a piece of wisdom that I really took his advice to my heart, and it increased his status in my mind several times. I knew he's a good, nice guy, but when he gave me such a beautiful logic, I just I had to admire that person. And I have talked about this incident with numerous friends of mine, or even my family member, my kids, and teaching them that, you see, use the tongue properly. If you can't use the tongue properly, it's better to keep your mouth shut and don't say anything. Then you cannot get into trouble.
All right. Well, guess what? We do have a hadith, a narration from our Prophet Muhammad telling us, Man kana yu'minu billah wal yawm al-akhir yakhulu khayr aw yasmut. Let the one who believes in Allah and the afterlife either say good things or keep silent. So that sounds to me like it falls right in that category. Is that right, Doctor?
Yeah, 100% right.
All right, let's, what we're going to do right now, I think, is bring Richard in on that. Or did you find what I was talking about there, Richard?
Oh, yeah. I know James. I know James well.
You know,
is there any problem with coloring your tongue, Doctor? Is that okay to color your tongue?
Color your tongue.
Yeah. As a boy, I used to get great popsicles, and when I finished the popsicle, my tongue was all purple. Or if I got the strawberry ones, they were red. And
I'm glad that you brought up that subject, because this is right my alley, the field of environmental medicine. Okay. And chemical, all these coloring, the popsicle colors, red and yellow and blue and orange and all of this stuff. Yeah, man-made chemicals, you see. And we see children being made sick, adults, of course, also made sick, but children especially causing these coloring dyes, causing hyperactivity and learning problems and attention span issues, behavioral problems, aggressiveness. It is amazing that we can do under controlled substances, give them a calculated dose of various coloring dyes, and we can see which coloring dyes they will react to and cause them behavioral changes, you see.
Oh my.
All right. Now, let's give our sister a chance, because we've had her on the air with us for a little while, and I think she needs to weigh in on this subject too. Sister, salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
MashaAllah. You're following along with us, right?
Of course.
All right. What do you think about this subject? Maybe we should talk about how dangerous that tongue can be.
Well, what comes to mind is that there's numerous hadiths and points made in the Holy Quran that the tongue is actually such a source of sins, and a lot of people don't think about putting a bridle on that. I mean, just one of them, for example, is backbiting, which is sin of the tongue. And there's so many reasons that we should be watching our tongues, because it can get us into a lot of trouble.
There's no doubt about that. Okay, Richard, you got it located now, right?
Well, we're all set to go.
All right. If you don't mind, I'd like you to just kind of read it to us.
Yep. I got it right here. That even so, the tongue. This is James chapter 3. The tongue is a little member and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindles. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. For every kind of beast and birds and serpents and of things of the sea is tamed, and hath been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison.
Wow. All right.
It reminds me a little joke in a cartoon I saw, and the guy is saying to the woman, I know that the physical wounds can heal, but the wounds caused by tongue may never heal. So let me beat you up. Say nothing and beat you up.
I think that's very good advice. I think that we really need to have a program about all of that too.
Yes.
I really do. I think this is especially... oh, wow. It's got to take a break here, guys. We're going to take this short break. We'll be right back right after this. Don't go away, because the second part of this is where you kids can call in and recite on TV. So stay tuned, stay guided with
Guidance TV.
Hey kids, come join the fun and win prizes too. Guide Us TV is our voice all across America. But now your voice can be heard too. Reciting the Quran. Yes, kids recite Quran, record, upload, share, enjoy, and win big prizes. First prize is $1,000. And the next 10 each get $100. And everyone who enters wins a gift. And it's all free. No ads, no big companies, no spam. It's all free. Kids have fun, win prizes, recite on TV. Mom, Dad, go online. Join and help our kids recite on TV. It's free. It's fun for everyone. Hey kids, come join the fun and win prizes too. Guide Us TV is our voice all across America. But now your voice can be heard too. Reciting the Quran. Yes, kids.
Here are some ways to get Guide Us TV. Via satellite on Galaxy 19 FTA. At this satellite frequency, transponder rate 5, frequency 11836 MHz, polarity vertical, symbol rate 20770, FEC 3/4, channel ID, Guide US TV. You can also download the app to your smartphone. Available for iPhones from the App Store, for Android on Google Play. And now Guide Us TV is available on Roku. Get guided with Guide Us TV. Here are some ways to get Guide Us TV. Via satellite on Galaxy 19 FTA. At this...
Oh, okay. Wow, man, guess what? Right now, I was just finding out about something that's going on tomorrow. So I'll need you to stay tuned and keep watching Guide Us TV. And be sure tomorrow to be ready. Be ready early in the morning. I think it's going to be probably early, isn't it? Most likely, because their time over there is much later than ours. Dr. Muhammad Salah is starting to work up programs to be with us. And maybe tomorrow we're going to have a live program with Dr. Muhammad Salah, but for sure by Monday we're going to have different things going on. We're going to be announcing all that tomorrow. So you are the first to know, guys. You're the very first to know about this. And I'd like for you to let other people know that tomorrow we're going to spring a big surprise on everybody, because Dr. Muhammad Salah has a lot of folks following him in the Arab countries and Africa, all over Africa. And also he used to be right here. Yeah, he was. He was right here in Texas, as a matter of fact. So he was here for a long time. Anyway, we're going to talk about that a little later. Here's
hello, Mahid Hassan.
A phone
you
call.
You have a caller.
Coming
to accept
in. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, Sheikh Yusuf.
MashaAllah. Who's calling us?
And I call you before I read verses I
No. Listen, I have to tell everybody every single day when I come on who I am and where we are, what we're doing. So please go along with the program. Tell us your name.
Abshir Adan.
All right. And where are you located?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minneapolis. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, you know what? I think it's a good chance for us to find out from you what's going on there in that part of the world. What's happening in Minneapolis today?
Minneapolis is a good. Yesterday and today was good climate. Kind of cloudy.
No, not about the weather. How about the what about the virus thing? Is that happening there?
Virus and we are a little bit better. Yeah, not increase it.
All right. Okay. So did you have somebody that wanted to recite the Quran?
Yeah, آخر سورة البقرة and آخر سورة آل عمران.
Who's going to recite?
That's me.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's a big kid.
Yeah.
All right. That I usually we have little kids doing it, but that's
I
all
188. I 188.
Okay, what surah? Baqarah?
Al Imran.
Surah Al Imran. And the ayah is number 188?
Yeah.
All right, let's find out what that looks like. All righty. Oh, yeah, here we are. Let's see if we can put that up where everybody can see it. Uh-oh. All righty. Now, go ahead. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ولله ملك السماوات والأرض والله على كل شيء قدير. إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقتها.
I can't hear you. ما خلقت.
سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد.
MashaAllah. Now, MashaAllah. Thank you for reciting that for us. We really like to have everybody call in, and anybody can call in, anybody can recite. If you have some kiddos that would like to join us, we have the Recite on TV. I got it right behind me here, reciteontv.com. And with their parents' approval, they can upload videos, and all of the children will get a prize. The top prizes are over $2,000, and that is, we have $1,000 first prize, and then the next 10 will all receive $100. So that's actually $22,000. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, for our kiddos. I think that's a wonderful deal. You have any children there?
I don't know children.
Oh, okay. So, MashaAllah, thank you so much for calling in and reciting with us. And those
can I add another ayah? Can I add another ayah? Baqarah, آخر Baqarah.
Actually, let's get. I have some other calls that's stacking up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay. Don't worry then. Okay.
Yeah, I get some. Yeah. All right. So, kiddos.
Okay. Thank you.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. MashaAllah.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. MashaAllah. So we have our brother just called in from Minnesota, and he was reciting for us. I'd like for some of the kiddos to call in right now. And maybe it's a little bit late, depending on where you are. So let's take another call. I see we got another caller on here. Assalamu alaikum. It looks like we have Sister Kim.
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Okay. Don't be sorry for being here. Here's another caller calling in right now.
Hello, Mahid Hassan.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
MashaAllah. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Oh, my name is Barbara, and I'm calling from North Carolina.
Sarah?
Barbara. B-A-R-B-A-R-A.
Oh, Barbara.
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 Yes.
You know, when I was a kid, we had a girl that was named Barbara. We called her Babs. I don't know why, but everybody... Did anybody ever call you Babs?
No.
All right.
That's from our generation there, Sheikh.
Okay.
They don't do that anymore. But we used to do the same thing.
Oh, okay. So that's Richard weighing in on that. Okay, Sister Barbara, what would you like to recite for us?
Well, actually, I wasn't calling for reciting.
Oh, okay.
But I actually was trying to seek for some information. These days I've been listening to you guys the doctor has been speaking a lot about all of the issues that's been going on with the coronavirus.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. Go ahead.
So I have some questions. My background is from Central America, and I have some family that they are infected by the disease right now. My mother, her husband, and her 4 children have the coronavirus. So they have a belief that if they put in a small cup some ibuprofen, they added what you call honey, like raw honey, and they put lemon. And if they dissolve it, they believe they're going to get cured by that. And I've been advising her not to do that because the best thing is for her to just go seek for medical help. But she is not willing to do that. She said that was the best thing to do because, like older generations, they have the belief that honey, like the raw honey, can cure diseases. Especially if you mix it up with lemon and this type of ibuprofen medicine. So to me, like yesterday, I heard you guys were like talking about, all of, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, the doctor was saying something about that there was no medicine yet for this disease. So since there is not an injection or something like that they can give for the patients that have the COVID-19, what will be the best advice that the doctor can give to people that they are not willing to go to hospitals or clinics in this case? Because
Good question.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Let's find out right now. Dr. Sultan is with us right now in Missouri, and he shares the platform usually with some other doctors that we have in Florida and here in California. But I've heard from them many times about this subject, about the honey, also about the black seed, and things that have been used since before the biblical times, really. So let's ask him to weigh in on this subject. Doctor, please.
Okay. First, there's sister has asked a very beautiful question and very pertinent questions right now. We need to keep the facts in mind. We got to keep science in mind. And when your mother says that, honey and lemon will cure it, well, first of all, remind her. You can make what I'm telling you, you can take notes so that every point is quite clear. Number one, you got to remind her that this is a very, very serious illness which you should not take it lightly. Yesterday, I was talking about, I'm from Pakistan, and in the big university over there was a vice chancellor.
Coronavirus has got all of us scared.
Go ahead.
The vice chancellor, he was up in front, a surgeon, taking care of sick people, and he developed a COVID infection. He called his friend, and his friend was telling the story on the YouTube. He called and said, "Oh yeah, hey, look here, I'm a victim of COVID too." And 23 days later, he died, despite the fact having all the best possible medical care. So even when you have the best medical care, there is no surety of that you're going to getting better. That's why there are more than 137,000 people who have died in the United States since this. Forget about the rest of the world. People have died. So these are some basic facts you need to bring to attention. I'm not against using honey and lemon, and also using black seed oil, etc., etc. But you have to ask your mom, how do you know that you're right, that it'll fix it? Because there has been no virus as fatal as this, and on a pandemic level. So you cannot use your assumptions. So press on and okay, whatever you're telling me, okay, that's fine, okay. But tell me, how do you know that you're right? That will force her to think more vividly. Ibuprofen and stuff like that, that is anti-inflammatory. It will take the fever down, will help aches and pains. Yes, there can be a lot of inflammation associated with coronavirus, which called the cytokine storm. It's a massive inflammation on the body, causing kidney failure and causing lungs not to be able to exchange oxygen, and so on and so forth. Therefore, my best advice will be she should contact local physician. Physicians are trying various things, including remdesivir, which is antiviral. I don't know. They say that it is effective, but I am not sure how effective that is, and also other medications. So I cannot give exact advice like this, but she must go to the local physician and be checked. Not only she, but you said her husband is having coronavirus, and 4 kids are having the
sister.
Problem. They
yeah.
all should be checked and should not take it lightly. That's my best advice.
Yeah. Okay. Barbara, I want to be clear about this. I'm not sure that we understood. You said that some of your family members who are what country are they in?
Oh, they live here in North Carolina also.
Oh, okay. They're here in North Carolina. All right. So they are here. And are they refusing to go to get to be checked out, or do they know for sure they have it, or how do they know?
Well, the thing is that they were checked. I mean, they did the test because her husband got infected. So once they give him the positive result, she had to take her children and herself to get checked out. So she did that. So the 4 children had a positive test, and she had a negative test the first time. But because they don't have the usual symptoms, like as we know, the coronavirus, you can be like super good right now, but then in 2 days or tomorrow you can start feeling bad, right? So they don't have all those symptoms that, super critical patients have. So she's like, well, what about if I don't have it, right? She's on, like, I can say, like, some denial from her part.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's go back to something. You mentioned that she's using honey and lemon. Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
Okay. Now, from the Islamic perspective, the honey and the lemon is something that we should have every day, especially when we have a situation like this, because this is helping to build your immunity.
Yes.
It won't give you the cure if you already have something, but the honey and lemon is to reinforce your own natural immune system. Is that right, doctor?
Yes, yes, that is correct. And there's one little confusion I got is not fully clear. You said your mother was negative, so it means she at least right now she does not have it, or sometimes it can be false negative. And having no symptoms does not mean that she is not a carrier of the coronavirus. So she has to, if necessary, she may need to be tested the second time. But since she doesn't have any symptoms and her husband has coronavirus, so he should isolate. And the other thing is, what about other 4 kids?
I think she said he is isolated already. Sister Barbara,
Okay.
is that true?
That should be.
Yes, he has to be on quarantine.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is in quarantine. She said that, so that's okay. But she's talking about the ones that have not tested positive yet. Is that true, sister?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes,
Those
it's
who are
only
not tested.
herself.
Dr. Sultan, just wait for her to answer because there's a delay, okay? And I'm not hearing her answer because you're talking at the same time. Hold on. All right. I'm understanding from you that they have not tested anybody positive except the husband, right?
No, they were all positive except my mother the first time.
Everybody was positive except your mother.
Yes.
All right. Is she still with all of them?
Yes, she's still.
All right. So that should they should be quarantined off from her, and she should be away from them. But now, since she's with them, I don't know. I think Dr. Sultan can give us some information about that. Doctor, what do you advise in this particular case?
Well, in this particular, again, the thing is that you got to quarantine. And how long ago the test was positive?
How long was that? What was the question again? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, what
well.
he's asking you is how long ago was it that he tested positive?
He tested positive the first time 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks.
And then last week they yes. And then after the 2 weeks they tested him again, and he come up positive.
Okay, and what about the rest of the family? Is there anybody else in the family that is testing positive for the virus?
Yes, my 4 brothers, they test positive a week and a half ago.
Oh, a week and a half ago they tested. And so your mom is still with them, right?
Yes, because they like between their 13, 11, and she have a 9-year-old. So the other one is around 12 years old. So they're young. So they're still like she can be apart from them. So she had to stay there with them. And
I
she
see. Now,
had the
is she
test, but it was negative.
Okay, is she wearing the mask?
I asked her, and she says that children use the mask, but she does not use the mask all the time. But
I would ask the doctor about this. Them wearing the mask is a good thing, but what about her, doctor?
Yes. Okay. Yes, she should wear mask because mask protects each other. So mask, if you have the virus, you wear the mask, you're protecting other people. But other people have to protect themselves also wearing the mask, so that you have a double protection instead of having a single protection. That's point number one. The second thing is, now let me be clear. What I got from you was that the husband has tested positive twice, even after quarantine, and the children were tested only one time, week and a half ago, and they were positive. So they have not been retested yet. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
she said yes.
Good. Now I'm fully clear. Okay. All right. So your mother should wear mask, and at the first sign of thinking anything is wrong, like running nose, stuffy nose, sore throat, feeling feverish, not feeling well, flu-like symptoms, any of those symptoms, she should immediately go and get tested for the virus. That's one thing. The second thing, as far as husband is concerned, so after 2 weeks he was tested. He's positive. Is he still in? Does he have any symptom? Does he have any fever, cough, running nose, difficulty in breathing? Any kind of symptoms is he having?
He does have a lot of symptoms like body pain, fever, urgence to use the bathroom. He got a lot of body ache. So he does have a lot of symptoms.
Okay, then he should remain in quarantine, and in another 2 weeks he should get retested. I'm sure that the doctor, if he went to did he go to the doctor or just went to the testing center? Is he under care of a physician?
No, he did went to the doctor and he spoke with the doctor. But the funny thing, that what the doctors and the nurse told them is that they say, well, the virus it will go away within 2 weeks, so you don't have to worry about it so much. And then I asked my mom, so why would they say that you shouldn't be worried? I mean, it's a virus that he have it, you can have it, the kids can have it. And then they say we shouldn't worry so much because it's like the flu.
No.
What kind of doctor is that?
No, that's not the right answer. And he should remain in quarantine. He should remain under care of the
doctor.
physician.
I think what we should do is, Barbara, we're gonna hold on to your phone number there, and we've got some callers calling in this last. Well, we don't even have any time left now. Okay. Let me make this announcement for all of you who have been trying to call in on the phone right now. I've not answered it because we have somebody that has a problem with the virus. So tomorrow, inshallah, I'm going to make it open, and then as much from the very beginning that you can recite on TV. All right? And, well, hold on. Stay on the line. Assalamu alaikum.
Mahid Hassan, you have a caller. To accept the call.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Who is this?
My name is Sumaya and I'm from Houston.
Okay. Can you put your mouth a little closer to the phone?
My name is Sumaya and I'm from Houston and I'm 10 years old.
10 years old, mashallah, and you're in Houston, Texas, mashallah. All right. Did you want to recite the Quran for us? Because we ran out of time tonight, but you can call in tomorrow, okay?
Yes, sir.
Please, yeah. Call in early, though. Call in early. Don't wait for the last minute because we've only got a few seconds left. All right?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. All right.
Bye. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullahi barakatuh. All right. Barbara, are you still there with us? Barbara?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. What I'd like to do is when we go off the air, we'll be off the air in just a few minutes. And when we do, maybe we can talk directly to the doctor. Is that okay with you, doctor?
Yes, perfectly fine.
All right. Let's wrap it all up, guys. And we got to tell everybody tomorrow we got to have a really exciting time. We're going to be looking for Dr. Muhammad Salah to be joining with us, maybe not in this program, but on some of our other live programs throughout the day. Also, we're going to have a special tomorrow, that when you call in, when you see us coming live, you can call in anytime. You don't have to wait. We'll take all of the calls for the reciters tomorrow. All right? Inshallah.
Just a word of advice. It's illegal for non-medical people to write prescriptions. So we can't self-prescribe ourselves. You have to have the training to be a physician.
Exactly. Well, these days there's so many things that have become over the counter that you don't have to be a physician.
We got to wrap it up, boys and girls. This is how you could, yes, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Stay tuned and stay guided with
Guide Us TV.
Hey kids, come join the fun and win prizes too. Guide Us TV is our voice all across America. But now your voice can be heard too. Reciting the Quran. Yes, kids recite Quran, record, upload, share, enjoy, and win big prizes. First prize is $1,000. And the next 10 each get $100. And everyone who enters wins a gift. And it's all free. No ads, no big companies,